Hi guys, my name is Omar Shah. I'm the founder operator of Ramo Ramen. This is our branch in Soho, 28 Brewery Street. It's the second one. The first one is in Town Road, and we offer a fully halal food menu at Ramo in both branches. Guys, so we served you the small plates, our Pinoy Caesar salad. Our dressing is made fresh in-house, and instead of an anchovy, which you would normally use, we use a bagoong, which is a fermented shrimp paste, which is a traditional seasoning condiment you would use in the Philippines. It gives it a unique kind of umami saltiness to the dressing, but also the croutons are made from Panda. It's a bread that we make actually in our house bakery, Panda on Town Road, and it's brought in every day, and that's what kind of like sets off the salad itself to make it a bit more special. All right, another dish we served for you today. We served you the Panda garlic bread. Again, it's made from our in-house bakery, Panadera. It's a white sweet loaf. For the Panda garlic bread, we slice it pretty thick and we kind of douse it in a nice salty, rich garlic butter. We also served you the Octopuskinalau, which is a very similar dish to ceviche. Ceviche would be kind of a cured fish dish, and here you can use anything from sea bass to salmon. Here we use octopus, and what it does is showcase the acidity and the flavors from our coconut vinegar and calamansi, which is a Filipino citrus fruit similar to a lime. Our roasted scallops is another dish that's very popular, and we usually sell that a lot with the garlic bread. It comes doused and it's roasted with garlic butter, again made from bagoong and fresh herbs. And the excess butter, you would probably use that garlic bread to kind of lap up the sauce and eat it with it. Perfect accompanying small plates. So the rice dish, which is very popular in Soho, is our Wagyu Bistek Donburi. So Bistek traditionally in Philippines is a beef dish which is marinated in soy sauce and lemon juice and garlic and onions, and it's fried and served with rice. Why we are different, how our dish is different, is that we use a Wagyu, a halal Wagyu from Chile, high grade, and it's from the oyster blade. And it's sliced, it's traditionally served medium rare. If you wanted a little bit more cooked, we could do that as well. And it's served with a egg yolk and some fried onions. And the whole point of it is you kind of like pop the egg yolk, mix the rice with the toyomansi sauce and the buttery Wagyu beef together, and the acidity of the Bistek sauce really goes very well. It's my favorite dish. If I were to come here, that's the one dish I would order, 100%. But what sets us apart from most ramen places is that we're the only Filipino ramen joint, but also we're probably the only ramen restaurant that doesn't serve pork. All our broths are made from beef broth, from beef bones, chicken bones, or fish bones. And we do it and we respect the same way as you would normally make a richer tonkotsu broth. So it's boiled for over 24 hours to 48 hours. We get as much out of it as possible, and it makes it super rich. The bones are roasted as well. They're all done off-site. We have these massive 200-liter, almost like cauldrons, and it just rolls and boils all day, and that's all the whole place just kind of steams up, and it smells of a delicious broth every time you walk in there. This broth is what we use in our ramen. But what makes it, apart from the broth, our noodles are made from a specialist producer called Komogi, and he specializes in ramen noodles. What sets apart ramen noodles from traditional, say, Chinese noodles is consomme. It's an alkaline ingredient that keeps its bite and firmness in the noodle, despite being in a hot broth where it doesn't get soft and mushy. One of our star dishes is the Oxal Karikari. When we first opened, actually, we were competing against the big boys of the ramen world in London. And we were probably one of the only non-pork broth dishes out there. It was Oxal Karikari. But also for ramen heads who are used to like the traditional tonkotsu or wagamamas out there, for us to try our Oxal Karikari is something a bit special for them. And we actually won that. We won Battle of the Broths, and we won against these big boys, and we're super proud about that. And we try and let everyone know that Oxal Karikari is not just some sort of novelty dish. It's actually a dish that stands out against all the other ramen dishes in London. So our chicken sopas is one of these traditional dishes in Philippines but it's not made with ramen noodles, it's with pasta, and it's a very milky, creamy dish. And when I wanted to open up a ramen restaurant, initially I was thinking about this dish, converted it into a ramen dish, and it was actually one of the first dishes on our menu. So and it lends very, very well to a great ramen noodle as well. So it's not as rich as the oxtail, but if you like roasted chicken flavor, if you like that a milky broth, then I would recommend the chicken sopas. So the lobster and the crab guinatan is unique to the Soho branch only. We use fresh lobsters, they come in fresh every single day. The broth is made from crab, you know, so what we do with the lobster, once it's cooked, we take out the meat from the claws, from the body, from everywhere else. We try and pick as much meat as possible and we put it back into the shell, and it's then grilled with a lot of herb butter and presented on the top with the crab broth noodles. Again, something that Filipinos who are used to ginataan, is something very different for them to be presented this way, but also for ramen heads, it's something that, you know, they could write home about. This is something I'm very proud of, and it's a delicious dish using great ingredients. Okay, so the miso mushroom soup is a ramen dish which we wanted to introduce. It's a completely vegetarian soup. The brief was a dish that meat eaters would eat. It didn't matter if there was no protein or not, it was delicious enough to stand on its own. And we wanted something buttery and creamy. We wanted a bit more kind of indulgency when it came to the broth. So the broth is cooked again for over a day, but where we get some of the richness from is making like a herb compound butter and a bit of cream that's added to the broth that makes it a little bit more kind of richer and a little bit more delicious. You know, I found anyway. I didn't want to do anything that was just a boring old vegetarian broth. That's easy to do, you know. Our dessert, we only have one dessert in Ramo, in both branches, but I think we only need this one dessert. It's our mango peach pie. It's a nod to Jollibee's mango peach pie, which they sell in the Philippines. So it's our version of it, of a traditional fast food dish, but it's made fresh on order. So I just want to thank Feed the Lion for coming down. We look forward to serving you guys and your readers here very soon. And a big shout out to all those international readers who are coming down to London and want to find somewhere to eat in central London. Come visit us in Soho. We have a fully halal food menu, and I'm sure you'll love the food. So thank you again, and I'll see you soon.
Feed the lions. Feed them to the lions.